Story of my life, chapter 25. I stared bewildered at my very fine face in the mahogany mirror in my room. The transformation in which my face had taken place was the handiwork of Toline. My hair, which was sleek and straight, was styled by Bisola. I was wearing a red evening gown, a velvet body-fitted floor-length gown that was strapless with a low neckline and a slit that reached my thigh. Then I wore 8 inches suede high heels to make me feel more confident. I felt tall. Toyin here was in a short plain black gown. It was a deep V neckline and an open back with crisscross spaghetti and wedge heels. Her hair was styled in corkscrew curls, and Bisola was wearing a white off-shoulders sequin gown, which has a high back and low front, complemented with strappy stiletto heels, and her hair was styled in a gilt ponytail. Damn, really pretty. Bisola and Toyin knew this changing look of a thing. And this was the first time in 4 years I joined this group that I wanted to look pretty for the Saturday night party. Today wasn't just any Saturday night party. Today was special. I looked hot. Toyin finished for me as she grinned. I didn't know I was this pretty. Makeup or not, you've always been pretty. You just never paid attention. That's all I said. As a matter of fact, well, I hope you will now. I smiled at them. Thank you for everything. No, thank you for being my friend, for being there when my family got mad at me. You are my family. You too, Bisola glanced at Toyin, and that alone is enough. Bisola's parents had gotten mad at her when she had broken the news of not going to college. Instead, she wanted to be a writer. Her mother had wailed, saying she wanted Bisola to do something better than that. Her dad didn't object to it. After all, he was a journalist. He just wanted her to go to the college and get more insights on how to be an excellent writer. Bisola had insisted she was going to learn by reading more and doing research, and since then she had left the house or the mansion, saying she needed to breathe. It was a bit of war for her parents, and they had just let her do what she wanted, as long as she was making a living and fine. They didn't want to lose their daughter, especially since she moved out during the fight. Anyway, she and her mom were on good terms now. Just that now and then, Mrs. Amity managed to pinch in the talk of going to college during their discussions, which didn't bother Bisola since she was making a living by writing and being a gangster. And when I said she was writing already, I wasn't bluffing. I meant it. She had already published 4 novels in the past 4 years. Well, girls, it's high time we left for the party. Others will be there already. Twain announced eagerly, wanting to burst out of the room. Calm down. The party starts at 8 a.m. And it's... I checked my wristwatch, 7:30 p.m., so calm yourself down, okay? Okay. Twain frowned. I smiled at her, and then she had a flashback of how she had told me I should stop concealing my pretty face. I was a strong person who just didn't know it. But now I did. I was strong and pretty. Pretty. It felt weird admitting that to myself. Taeyeon was already planning on releasing her first album with the help of Jasper because she happened to know some kind of producer. And I was a painter. I drew and sold out my drawings. Suddenly, Taeyeon groaned as she bent and tapped her stomach. What's wrong? Priscilla asked. Stomach ache. She squished her eyes shut and straightened up with a sigh. It's gone now. Is it your period? I asked. Yeah, I guess. Haven't seen it this month. I just finished mine today, I said. And I just started yesterday. Isabella chuckled. It's funny. What? Jane laughed. Well, it's already known that when a group of young women live together, they synchronously have their monthly cycle. I said, it wasn't like we lived together in a room. We just happened to sleep, hang out together in one another's room. That's true. So you snapped her finger, and we better start going. I didn't know that. Isabella frowned as he walked out of the room, and before switching off the lights and locking the door. Now you do. I dropped my bunch of keys in my purse. We walked down to the red carpet stair that led to the ballroom hall and saw that the guests and the members were already filling up the hall with their face masks on. It was a masked party. The ballroom was painted white like the rest of the building. It was large and illuminated by the big elegant crystallized chandeliers hung above the cove ceiling and shone on the marble floor. The room was already set as three chairs covered in black were shoved underneath a white covered table here and there. Everyone looked brilliant, and accompanied by the fragrance of vanilla. Right beside the staircase was stationed a piano, and behind it was Fate, who tilted her head and she worked her manicured nails painted in black on a keyboard, playing the tune of what? I didn't know. I looked at her through her body-fitted white strapless gown, but when I couldn't see fully what she was wearing, I diverted my eyes. Andrew had invited other group members, secret members like us, to come to celebrate with us. The party wasn't just a normal Saturday night party, it was also a celebration for accomplishing an assignment. We were almost caught. As we stepped down the stairs, I saw Jasper leaning in and whispering something in her ear. His long black hair was sleek and parted at the center of his head. He was tall, broad-shouldered, breathtaking. He wore a white turtleneck shirt, a black suit, and suede shoes. He raised his glass cup of red wine as he smiled before winking twice at me. What's wrong with him? And winking at me, look at little Bella over there. He saw us swing and dart from us, going to meet the two Bella dancing. They are so adorable, Toyin commented. I averted my eyes, only to see Jasper putting his empty glass cup in a tray of a passing waiter before walking in our direction. And look who's coming. I look at him all over again as he walked, and everything moved in slow motion. Damn, he's hot. A voice beside me interrupted my mood. I frowned, turning to look at Soyun, if she had been the one who said that, and then I saw her drooling. What the? I watched her as a small cry crept in my face. You are drooling. Of course not. But seriously, he is good looking. I shook my head, not believing what came out of her red mouth. Are you crushing him? Well, not really. I just like him. Oh, I didn't know that. Don't tell anyone, okay? Toyin blushed. Mm-hmm. I blinked and saw Jasper already close to us as the song began to play. It was Perfect Girl by Ed Sheeran. Hey ladies, Jasper showed his white teeth. Hi. Toyin giggled. He was going to ask one of us to dance with him. Or Was, was it going to be since he was always winking and come close to me? God, how was Toyin going to take this? Jasper's eyes looked into mine, and he asked, can I help this dance with you? Of course, Toyin nearly screamed. I was confused and then looked down at Jasper's hand only to see in front of Toyin. He looked at me when asking that was his hand was asking for twins. Why did he do that? He gave me a grin again, kissed the back of Twin's hand, and led her to the dancing floor. What a guy. Not quite long after they left me, I felt that the hand of a person slide around my waist, stood behind me, and asked for a dance. I looked up at his shaven beard, smiled, and then nodded a yes. I was led to the dancing floor, as his hands held my waistline, while my two hands rested on his shoulder. Does anyone tell you you look so gorgeous this evening? Like a princess? Sean asked. I blushed and nodded. She didn't say gorgeous though, she said I look hot, and the other one said pretty. It means the same thing anyway. Nah, I prefer the word hot because you're hot. And don't you think you should be melting by now? Considering you have your hands around my waist. I joked. Seriously, Tosin, you play too much. He laughed. But I'm melting inside me. Shut up. I poked his forehead and saw how people were slowly moving to the song. They were all dressed in three different colored codes: red, black, and white. Men in suits and women in gowns. I can't believe you are dancing with me when I clearly remember how your strong-headed best friends warned me to stay away from you and watch my back. I registered the snotty boy. He said that and burst out laughing. I hate you guys. He snorted. I'm sorry that I did for what I did. You apologized already. I forgive you. And that's bygone. I said as I held his face. I'm apologizing for scaring Victoria. That's thoughtful of you. Victoria was away abroad for college, and the only thing we did was video call each other. She still didn't have any idea what we were into. I wonder how she would freak out if she later got to know about Sean and me being friends, especially since I was dancing in his arms. Thank you, he beamed. The clicking of a stainless spoon against the empty glass cup behind her interrupted us all from whatever we were doing, indicating where we got to sit. Harry passed the spoon and cup to Jasper, who was beside him as he wore his contagious smile again. Does he have any idea what his smile is doing to all of us, specifically me? You're smiling again. Isabella nudged me. I frowned at her. The smile is still on my face. Who is the guy? Tell us. Tuyen whined. We were all sitting together as we had agreed before walking down the stairs to the ballroom. I started, almost like a laugh. There is no guy. I'm just happy for today.